Hello everyone and welcome to our walkthrough for St. Cecilias as we prepare for our cautious reopening of the churches after such a long closure. We're looking forward to welcoming you back and to help us to do that, as you can see, myself and Father Dominic have been putting up our cordons and our ribbons and our little signs and so on as guided and directed by the offices of the Archdiocese in accordance in turn with government guidance. So here we are at the back of St. Cecilias, and there are notices here to pay attention to, but when you first arrive, I don't want you to be overwhelmed by them all. There's our basic notice of information about when the services will be happening here, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. and also the capacity of the church under the strictures. And as you can see, it's 85 people. Just keep a note of that, because it's possible that you arrive and you may be advised that you'll need to go to a later service, perhaps at St. Matthew's or somewhere else, because of the capacity is limited under the cordoning and social distancing, as I'm sure you can imagine. The most important, I think, notice is this one, which reminds us that if you're not well, if you have any of the symptoms of COVID, to stay at home, contact your GP or NHS 111. But if you've got a high temperature, a cough, a loss of change of smell or taste, please don't come to church. All right, just don't. And as well, if you're in one of the vulnerable groups, don't feel that you have to. The Sunday obligation hasn't been re-established yet, so you don't need to come. In fact, we'll still be broadcasting our masses on a Sunday for those who still maybe aren't able to venture out or don't feel comfortable doing so. When you arrive, you'll see these doors will be open, so those two arrows will be pointing into the church, and that sign that says you must wear a face covering, take note of that, okay? You might be used to it with the buses and so on, but it applies for coming to church as well. You need to have your mask on, whatever sort it is. You keep it on, obviously, until the moment you receive communion, but keep your mask on coming in, throughout your time in here, and also as you're leaving, and while you're still among the crowd of people. And don't worry about that sign too much. That's just a reminder that this is an entrance only. It's a one-way system. So that's just to stop people going out. When you come in, the stewards will guide you to the hand sanitizers. As you can see, we have a couple of stations here, and you'll also receive a document called What to Expect, which gives you an outline of a lot of what I'm saying now on this video. You'll then be guided by a steward to your seat. Now, note, it may not be, and probably won't be, the seat that you're used to sitting in. For example, the side aisles are very limited. There's only one person can sit in each bench here, unless you're a family, okay? If you're a family, you can sit together, but if you're on your own, then it's one person to a bench here. And also, we've closed off this exit to the side aisles so that we can keep everything moving one way. As you can see, for the middle aisles, there's no entrance or exit to them from this side. I'll walk around there now, because these benches, the capacity for them distanced is 3, one at each end and one in the middle. Again, if you're a family, you can sit together as closely as you wish if you come from the one household. But it's where people are from different households. Of course, they need to keep that distance between each other. Stay then in your seat. Just remain there until the end of Mass. And note that there is no communion given out until after the end of Mass. So the priest will deliver the final blessing, and then he'll come down with a visor on, and he'll stand at the gates there. And the little jar of sanitizer there is in case you should accidentally make contact with someone. So what we do is the steward will guide you forward. And please wait for the steward. And as you come forward, have your hands ready, but also it's a little gesture which keeps us the right distance from the person in front. Come forward, take down our mask, receive the body of Christ, move to the side, consume the body of Christ, and then turn and head towards the exit. So the middle here will come up first, and then the two side aisles will be guided up, and then we're all directed out of the church. Have both these doors open. Excuse all the bump from all the stuff that we've been doing, but as you leave, you'll also be asked to sanitize your hands as you depart the church. Here we'll have some baskets if you want to leave your collection or whatever other donation you might have, and out these doors and off you go. Again, that's there for when these doors are open to stop people coming in that way. This is an exit only, these doors. So I think we've covered everything, or it doesn't matter if we haven't covered everything, because I'm sure we will together as the days progress. But just remember, our first Mass here will be this coming Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. and then we'll have Mass here on Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you, and so is Father Dominic, because these pews have been empty too long, and it will be lovely to come together again as that beautiful community, which has never truly been interrupted because of the ways and means that we've kept in touch with one another. So I'll see you then, hopefully Wednesday evening or Sunday morning. And until then, God bless you and take care. Bye now.